and all the furniture. See that? All the furniture, where? Of the tabernacle. It's nothing but furniture. That's all it is. Nothing but a piece of furniture that is placed there, that the sons of the high priest, which is the people of the congregation, they work in the tabernacle. Now, my sisters and brothers, if I know most of you guys, you know, that have read the Bible, and you guys got some understanding, you know, some has a little more than others. But now you think about this right here. Think about this. Now, this here piece of furniture that is in the tabernacle. How can anyone mistaken that to be people? It's not. And look what it says. All the furniture of the tabernacle. It tells you right there that this is all the furniture of the tabernacle. Right there in the pages. But see, but when someone, you know, that the Most High is not speaking with, you know, then they read it, and then they're certain, you know, that they're reading, you know, and they're right. And my sisters and brothers, you can see clearly here that couldn't be further from the truth. It's right here in the pages, my brothers and sisters. Now let's go a little further here. It says, in all the tables. Huh? All the table and what? Here's what? What's that word? Furniture and the pure candlesticks, which all his furniture is only talking about furniture. Right in the page, my brothers and sisters. Right there. I know most of y'all going to get this. But those that don't want to get it, you know what I mean? They want to buck, you know, against it, you know, they want to buck like a wild horse, you know, and say, well, you know, nah, that ain't what it is. But then if that ain't what it is, then go head on. I mean, no one asked you to stay here in the first place. If you want to leave, leave. If you don't agree, then go head on. Go with those that agree and think and believe like you. But we can see clearly here in the pages, it's talking about furniture. Now let's go a little further here. It says, and the altar of incense, and the altar of burnt offerings, with all his furniture, and the level of his feet, Right in the page, my brothers and sisters. Can't be denied. But like I said, my brothers and sisters, I know that, you know, I know and you know that we're going to have some of those assholes that's going to come, you know, and say, well, it says otherwise. I mean, if you disagree, listen to the Most High. Don't listen to me. He said that the secret things belong to the Lord, but those things which are revealed belong to his children. Listen to the Most High. Okay? Now, if you don't agree with this, then leave. That's all you got to do. I mean, it's right in the pages. Now, let's go here a little further. We're going to look at something else, my brothers and sisters. Let's go to the book of Ezekiel 44. Now, we're going to look here at a continuation about the statute, laws, and the judgment. You know, even though the Rib, she did an excellent job on it, you know, we're just going to hit some pointers on it, then we're going to move on to something else. Now, you know here, on the other evening, she gave you an example about how the laws over here are, and how when a law is broken, they come out and then they enforce the law, you know. When you see the police coming, he's what? He's the law. He's the law. So then they do what? If a law has been broken, then they put you in a holding spot, you know, and then figure out what the statutes are on that law that you broke. Then once the statutes are there, then they bring the judgment. Now we're going to look at a couple of scriptures here, and then we're going to move on. We're in Ezekiel 44. Let's look at verses 20 and 24. And as we stated, my brothers and sisters, in other videos, and it's going to be it's going to get clearer and clearer. Like we said, this book is mostly about Levi. It is. It's mostly about Levi. Then it's about the kings, the prophets, and then it goes on down and talks about the children, and then the people. But most of this book is about Levi, because Levi is a special people. They are that great nation. Now let's go forward here and look what he says here now. Now, this is not all of Israel. It's not. Look what it says. It says 20 says, neither shall they shave their heads. What you talking about? The priest Levi. He say, nor suffer their locks to grow long. So they had to have a haircut, but you could tell them from everyone else. Why? Because of the beard and the hair. I mean, it's right in the page. Now look what he says. He goes on here, and he says, they shall only pull their hands. All right, he goes on here, says, neither shall any priest. See that? He's not talking about all Israel. He's talking only about the priests. He says, any priest drink wine when they enter into the inner courts. Nobody but the priest. And not only that, didn't say you couldn't drink. But you just don't drink when you come to the inner court, because if you do, then I'm gonna deal with you. That's right. See, so all these things about Israel can't do this and Israel. Listen, most of these laws were for the priests. Now let's go a little further here. It says, neither shall they take for their wives a widow, nor her that is put away, but they shall take maidens of the seed of the house of Israel, or a widow that has had a priest before. See that? And like I stated in one other video, you couldn't go cross tribe. You couldn't. A priest had to stay within the priesthood. He or she could not go outside. Why? Because then you change the bloodline. You change the bloodline. Now, let's go a little further here. Let's go on down here and let's read 23. It says, and they shall teach my people, who? Levi, the difference between the holy and the profane, and cause them to discern between the unclean and the clean. See that? This is the job of Levi. And my sister and brother, like I did a video on Isaiah 53, that was not talking about Jesus. It was talking about Levi. Levi is the reason why we are in the situation that we're in this day. Levi. Now, some of you guys know that from growing up, way back, I'm from the country, and I'm gonna show you how we roll back in the country when I was growing up. The parents would leave, and they would leave one in charge. But now when they came back and everything was in disarray, they went to the one that was in charge, didn't they? That's right. Start there and then work your way on down. That's right. And by working your way on down, when it came down to me, well, you knew better. Even though I did leave her or him in charge, you knew better. So that didn't. I mean, you didn't get a pass because they didn't instruct you right and they didn't keep order. No, everybody got it. Now let's move a little further here. We're gonna move on here to Genesis chapter 18, and we got that cleared up there. Now let's move here to Genesis 18, and my sister and brother, I want you to think about what we are saying, and I want you to pay close attention, because even though this teaching is for our sisters and brothers to know what has transpired, and know where we are even to this day, this also is for America. See, because my ancestors, when they first brought them over here, like I say, I'm from the South. You know, a lot of you guys know about when they had an area that says colors, and then they had another area that says whites, and then they had signs saying white only. You know, and the colors had to go around to the back door to get service, and the whites go in the front door and sit down. No, but anyway, to make a long story short, that was the way that it should have been. But my brothers and sisters, because of Master's children, they wanted the good life. And they began to march, and they began to protest, and they wanted to have a part of the good life. But the Most High, He wanted Israel to suffer. That's right. He wanted Israel to have pain, that they may cry out to their God. And my sisters and brothers, there's a song that many of you probably already know. It's called Swing Low, Sweet Chariot. And our ancestors sang that song, you know, with all this broken English that they were trying to teach them. But if anyone would think about it, just think about what they're saying. They was talking about a spacecraft. Because a chariot rose on the ground, even though it was a means of transportation. Chariot can't swing low; it's already on the ground. But many of them have passed on. You know, died. You know, from mistreatment, died from heat exhaustion, died from all kinds of things. Why? Because those are the things that the Most High wanted to happen to His people, because of Levi. Levi was not on his job. When it talks about Levi being whipped, yes. That's already happened. Levi got his ass whooped real good. That's why it talks about past tense. Was there. He was wounded. He was, yes, all that's the past. But many want to bring in Jesus, and my brothers and sisters. That couldn't be further from the truth. You have been taught by Western civilization what the word is saying, and they have taught you wrong. It's not talking about Jesus. It's talking about our ancestors, the Levites priests. That's who got us messed up. Now let's go here, and I'm going to show you guys something here that has transpired from 400 years ago, even up until now. But some things has changed, and we're going to talk about that. Now let's look at Genesis 18:18. Let's go there. Look at Genesis 18:18. It's saying here. But let's go back up and look at 16, 17, 18. It says, and the men rose up from hence and looked towards Sodom. And Abraham went with them. This is when the Most High came and ate with Abraham. All right. We went with them to bring them on the way. And the Lord said, shall I hide from Abraham that thing which I do? Seeing that Abraham shall surely become a great and mighty nation, and all nations of the earth shall be blessed in him. Now, all nations of the earth, all nations of the earth. I want you guys to think about that. See, because if you think about our plight from one place to another, England, also the Arabs over there that is wealthy, they're supposed to be the most wealthiest people in the world. If you want to take a shortcut, you look at any nation that is wealthy, and you can bet your bottom dollar that Israel was there. It's right in the pages. It's right in the pages. I'm gonna prove it to you. You can look at any nation that is full of wealth. Your ancestors and my ancestors been there. Because the Most High says, anyone, he told Abraham, anyone that bless you, I'm going to bless you. Anyone that curse you, I'm going to curse you. Right in the pages. Now we see here that he promised him that.